Said I'm never like you know it's what you like it, what's it motivates, we gon' set them to have it. Wait.
Makeza, you are saying that you can't hear me. Can you hear me now? Makeza?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes.
So let me go back to the first instruction. I said we should have Google account set up. The school is going to send you codes to join Google Classroom. The reason that's why you should have the Google account set up is because you won't be able to join Google Classroom without the Gmail accounts. Those accounts should be in your names. Now, we have been using the parents' email to send on work, but you want these accounts to be created in your name. If it is Nakiriwa Beatrice, let it be Nakiriwa Beatrice. Nakiriwa Beatrice's email address. When we share with you the codes, make sure that you join Google Classroom. So we shall be sharing the examination instructions on Google Classroom, and that is 5 minutes before the exam start. That's why we are saying everyone should have that already set before we start the period of tests and exams. Another instruction guideline was teachers will be projecting the questions in a live Zoom session. So questions will be shared here on Zoom, and you should write answers on your answer or on a full scope. During this Zoom session, we expect that everyone's video is on. We shall not allow anyone to have their videos off. Videos being off would mean that someone is at home and is copying, and we shall not accept that. Answer, you write your answers on an A4 paper or full scope, and after you scan. When I say A4 ruled, this is the A4 ruled paper, I'm meaning. This is the A4 ruled paper I'm talking about. So you are going to write only answers, don't copy the questions. Write only answers on those papers. So tell your parents that for the exams, we shall need A4 papers, and you are going to write only answers, not questions. After the exams, after you have written your test or after you have written your exam, we shall give you 10 minutes to scan and upload your scripts to Google Classroom. We shall give you 10 minutes to scan and upload your work to Google Classroom. So after those 10 minutes, you might find it hard to send us your scripts for marking. So make sure that when we send you work, you do it in the stipulated time. Don't say, I'll do it tomorrow. When we send you work, do it in that period of time and hand in. The teachers are going to use the same Google Classroom to return your marked scripts and also to grade you. So that the 9 guidelines we shall follow during these tests. Right now, I'm welcoming questions from anyone.
Someone is copying once you requests you to put the first page on the screen. Yes, Nachilewa Beatrice.
Excuse me, teacher. Right now, I don't understand some of these guidelines. So, is this information going to be sent on our parents' email addresses?
Yes, after here, I'm going to send these instructions. In addition, the timetable of the exams on your parents' emails.
Namfuka, Grace.
Excuse me, teacher. Are we just writing answers?
Yes, you're going to write only answers. Only answers, don't write the questions. We shall not have time to write the questions again, so write only answers.
Bira, Jocelyn.
Teacher, I mean, I didn't see the forward paper that you told us to write on.
Full stops. You don't know a full stop.
I'm going to show you the forward, the ruled papers, the forward papers I was meaning. Just be patient. Before I leave, I'm going to show you what I mean.
After we made a Tricia, your question? Yes, Naka, where's that very paper?
Nakaung, can you send your question in? Nakaung, can you send your... Can you send your question in the chat? Because your network is not good.
I'm seeing very many hands. Yes, we know Mugisha. We know Mugisha. Ask your question.
Teacher, I will have another examinations on Monday.
Monday?
I will have these examinations on Monday.
Monday and Thursday. Meeting will be shared to you through your parents' email.
Today, immediately after here, I'm going to do that. I'm going to send.
I am, Now, Tereka, do you have a question? I see your hand up.
No, teacher.
Have you understood?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Bill again.
Teacher, is the Google Classroom like in Google, or there is like an app of Google Classroom?
Google Classroom is an application like any other applications like Zoom. If you are using your phone, you will download it from Google Play Store. If you are on computer, you can go to classroom.google.com. I'm going to send the instructions to your parents' emails.
Nursery Precious.
Teacher, I was just saying, can I see number 7? That's what I was saying, but then he said that he's going to.
Okay. Irene. Yes.
Yes, I mean the examinations are going to be on Monday and Thursday for P6.
Nanda se Shanita. Nanda se Shanita. You raise up
Teacher,
the hand.
how do we?
Yes.
Okay. Teacher, how do we scan our answer papers?
How do we scan?
I'm going to demonstrate to you how you can scan your answer papers.
Okay.
I'm going to demonstrate that before we leave.
Kisache Jemima.
Teacher, is it a must that our video must be on during the examination?
Yes.
It is a must.
Even now we want them on.
Okay.
Melanie Pesa, Paula.
Teacher, are we making like Google accounts like you say kutesamelanie@gmail.com?
Yes. Atkunda Banis. Atkunda. Okay, Nansimbi.
Teacher, some of us pay, but we never received the links. We have never received them.
You call the teacher. You
Charles,
send the money.
like throughout the exam we are supposed to be.
Yes.
She's asking whether throughout
Yes, Nancy. Nancy,
Yes,
you are
teacher?
still. I was saying, call the teacher. You send the money to before it is too late.
Okay, teacher.
Atamba Jeremiah.
Excuse me, teachers. My question is, if I have a mail and it's in the names of jerrytamba@gmail.com, do I have to create a new one or that one can also work?
That one can also work, but there is a difference between that jerrytamba@gmail and then the names it displays.
Yes, teacher, but the names are mine. The names it displays are mine, Atamba Jeremiah.
That is what we are interested in.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Yes.
Jocelyn Namaganda.
Teacher, are we supposed to make the payment for September or the one for October?
Did you pay for September?
Yes.
Yes, and then you relax. You're going to write a explanation. At Kunda Banis, I want to get back to you.
Yes,
Banis?
teacher, I was asking whether throughout the whole exam we are supposed to be unmuted.
We shall mute you where necessary, and we shall unmute you where necessary. So
what was that?
Banis.
Banis, your microphones are going to be off. But when we suspect that there is someone supporting you in the background, we shall unmute you, or we shall ask you to unmute.
Nakiso Zikaren, have you understood properly?
Yes, teacher.
Nampima, ask your question. Nampima. Network. Nampima's network.
Table. So I missed them. So I was requesting if you could like go back and I take a pic of them.
Okay.
I'm requesting you to go back to the first guidelines 1 to 4.
It is already there. What is your problem? It's already there.
Georgia Namukasa, you were asking if people who have paid are the ones going to do the exams. Yes. September are going to do the tests, and only people who will pay for October will do the test will do the exam at that time.
Okay. We want this one. Say it does not have.
So Molo Joella, you are asking, you create accounts in our names. Yes, you are creating accounts in your names, not your parents' names for this exercise.
If you don't know, request your parent to create for you in your names, not your parents' names. Like on Zoom, most of you are using your parents' names. So in a Google Classroom, we shall need your name.
Kalema Keza, the exam shall be done on Google. No, the exams will not be done on Google. The exams, we're going to write on an A4 ruled paper, and we shall be projecting the exams on Zoom. Teacher, some people use Google to search for answers. Yes, Muchala, Janelle, some people use Google to search for answers, but just make sure that what the teachers have said, you are not going to get the answers from Google. I'm telling you, you'll be wasting your time, and we shall have limited time. So don't even think about using Google to get answers. You won't get them from there. These questions will be for only those people who have read and understood.
Never I see your hand up again.
Excuse me, teacher. The moment you mark the moment you finish writing our exams, the moment you're going to give us back our marks, like grade us that same time.
Not at the same time, it is a process. We have to mark and then grade you later. It is like this normal examinations you've been writing from school. Do you get immediate feedback always? It takes some days, so even this one will be the same story. Then Trinomugisha stage is saying, teacher, I'm confused. Are we going to join on Zoom or we are going to join from Google Classroom? Google Classroom is just an app which will help you access your confidential information, especially marks, and it will help you send the work. It is the Google Classroom that will help you send the work. But how you will get this question is answered, it will be Zoom. You will sit on your gadget like you are now, and then copy. Some people have been copying from the screen. So you will be copying from the screen. We give you a question text this period, then the teacher removes. It will be in a period of 2 hours per subject. So after writing, we shall give you an allowance of 5 minutes to scan your work and send it through your email, through that app. And then we shall also give you the feedback using Google Classroom. So don't put Zoom off.
The same question has been asked by Marina Pola. Yes, we are going to project the questions on Zoom, but we shall use Google Classroom to send or return. We are going to use Google Classroom to return the answer sheets. And we shall also use Google Classroom to return to you back the marked scripts.
Abasa Kelly, you have a question. Ami.
I have to. So will our parents be there to supervise that?
Yes, the parents should. It is not must that they should be there, but they have to be there to make sure that you have a conducive environment of doing these exams. We are going to supervise you.
At what time will the exam start?
The timetable is going to be sent to you. Then, immediately after here, I'm going to do that. I'm going to send you the timetable, but just know we are going to start at 8.
2 subjects per day.
If I'm doing Deborah Najumba, if I'm joining only to do exams, can I pay?
Yes.
Only for the exams and not for the whole month. I don't know what you are meaning, but if you are to pay, you are paying 105,000. Even if you are paying for the exam, that's the amount you are going to pay. What if I have a bad network? Please make sure that on that day, you get a line which has a stable connection in your locality. Okay, so I'm going to show you the different apps I was meaning for those ones in the phone. I said we are going to use Google Classroom. And then if you don't have a scanner at home, we shall use Cam Scanner to do the scanning. And then the other application is Zoom, which we have been using for studies. So what you should do, with the help of your parents, make sure that you have installed Cam Scanner. If you don't have one, I'm trying to connect so that I can show you the Cam Scanner meaning and how Cam Scanner can scan and upload your work. This seems to be taking long, but I'm going to send these guidelines and some other instructions on how we are going to move with these exams. If you find any challenge, you can always contact us and then we help out. So you prepare yourself for English lesson and also get ready for your exams.
class. Once I open the class, we'll get a student teacher. Come on. I need this. Thing here. Does not put here. This one is disconnected. Is it? We start straight away. It is nearly afternoon, though it is still morning. I hope you are all right. We get started. Previously, we ended having discussed set 10 And we promised that when we get back, we start with the picture interpretation and then we switch to set 11. So my assumption is that you have the two. You have the set that has the picture story and you also have set 11. Keep it near because we are going to handle it as well. Now we get started. On your screen, I've shared picture interpretation. And I hope you have the paper. Look at mine on the screen. You can also refer to yours on paper. We start. I hope you can hear me. Can I see a signal if you hear me well? Just wave or, okay, good. I'm glad with those girls who have put on their videos. I like that. Picture composition or picture interpretation. We take note of the following steps. Step one, if you're given a picture like that or any other, step one, read the instruction. That is something you ignore. Do not ignore the instruction. So can I get someone read the instruction? Janelle, you're near. Can you read the instruction, Janelle?
The pictures 1 to 6 tell a story. Study them and write one sentence describing what is happening in each picture.
Wonderful. That instruction is very important because it guides you on the tense. Describe what is happening. So that's step one. Step two, we read through the guide words. Can I have someone read through the guide words? Nalmansi, read the guide words.
Yes, teacher.
Read the guide words.
Welcome, farm manager, pupils, show, feed, graze, go, explain, tour, wave, and rabbits.
Wonderful. I want you to pay maximum attention and follow these steps. Step one, instruction. Step two, reading the guide words. Step three, we now start studying the pictures in totality. The whole picture, we study it. Remember, this is a story that has been broken down into pictures. I usually tell you, I use the example of a movie. You watch a movie that has 6 episodes. Your movie on your favorite station, Z World. You watch a movie, a soap. Someone is smiling, Z World. You watch a soap of 6 episodes. Now tell me, if you watch only the first 3, will you understand that soap? You will not. If you watch only the last episode, will you understand? You will not understand. So we study the pictures one at a time. Let's take these 6 pictures as episodes of our soap. Picture 1, first episode. Picture 2, second episode. Up to picture 6, the last episode. The 6 must be together to give you a complete story. So we look at picture 1. As you study the picture 1, for instance, look at the people or the objects in that picture. You are studying the picture to look at the people and the objects in that picture. Secondly, look at the actions of the objects or actions of the people in that picture 1. When you look at picture 1, I think you can see there are children, pupils, there is a farm manager, and we are at a farm. You can see the animals in the background. So that is part of studying the picture. Now there's someone raising the arms like this as a sign of welcome. So the action is there. You do the same, go to picture 2, do the same. Picture 3, picture 4, do the same. Picture 5, do the same. Look at the picture, look at the objects, look at the people and their actions. What are they doing? Remember, we have not started writing down sentences. That will come much later. We are still studying the pictures. We look at the objects in each picture, we look at the people, and we look at their actions. After that, each action you identify must be the main action. There might be other minor actions. Like in picture 1, don't say the dog is near the farm manager. The chicken is feeding near the farm manager. That's a minor action in picture 1. What's the major action? I want someone to guide us. Give us the major action in picture 1.
The farmer is welcoming the students into his farm.
Amma, you have not understood my question. Listen well. What is the main action? Just use one word to tell me the main action.
Welcoming.
Wonderful. The main action is welcoming. Now go to your picture 1. Use a pencil or a pen and write it below picture 1. Say welcoming. Everyone do that. So we have identified the key or major or main action in picture 1. Let's go to picture 2. I want someone to give the main action, just like Amma has done. Picture 2.
I cook, I eat, I change the saucepan, I go back to class.
Picture 2. Seems such is offside. Let's have another person.
Yes, please, teacher.
Give us the key action in picture 2, the main action.
Showing.
Showing. So we take that. Use your pen or your pencil and go within the pictures where you see picture 2. Below picture 2, write that action, showing. Only one word, don't write a sentence there. Write only one word to represent the action. Right there, showing. We move to picture 3. Someone give us the main action.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, give us the main action. Taking too long. She's talking. Listen.
They are touring.
Touring. I can see hands. I can see Karen is putting up the hand. Irene, give us the answer. Irene.
Yes, teacher.
Give us the answer. What is the key action?
The key action I don't know.
In picture 4, okay. She's honest, she doesn't know. Let's have Beatrice Nakiriowa.
In picture 4, I think it is rabbit. It's touring.
Touring, okay. Somebody has also mentioned the touring. Fine. But as touring is going on, there is something the farmer is doing. Do you see what he's holding? He's holding, look at the hand if you have the picture on my screen. Look at what is in his right hand. He's doing something. He's doing something. Yes, Hilda, let's have Navaterega Hilda.
Explaining.
Wonderful, I like that. He's explaining. Don't you see the egg? He's explaining. So the key action is explaining. Use your pen or your pencil, go where that picture is and write there, explaining. We got picture 4. Picture 4.
Nakai. Feeding.
Feeding. Beautiful. I like that. Feeding. So use your pen or pencil, go where picture 4 is. Don't write a sentence there. Write only one word to represent the key action. Feeding. We move to picture 5. Nanda say, give us picture 5. Melan Paula, picture 5.
Yes, teacher.
Key action in picture 5.
So I don't know.
Do you have the paper?
Yes, teacher.
And you don't see anything going on in picture 5?
Showing them the goats.
Why didn't you say that? You just said, I don't know. Okay, showing. Okay. Let's have picture 6 lastly. Key action.
Manuela Joy.
Joy?
Manuela Joy.
Manuela?
Yes, teacher.
Speak to us. Picture 6. What is the action?
They are saying goodbye, like leaving the farm.
Leaving the farm. So leaving is the action. But I see the teacher and some people's hands are up. What do you think is going on? Anu Stacy, speak to us.
So they are waving.
Waving. Good. Good. Waving. So you write those words to represent the actions. Picture 1, you wrote welcoming. Picture 2, showing. Picture 3, explaining. Picture 4, feeding. Picture 5 can be explaining, can be showing. And picture 6, leaving or waving goodbye. We have identified the main actions. Next, we are now going to start writing those actions, those sentences. We are going to write the sentences. We are going to write the sentences. But these sentences must be in 2 main tenses. We don't use the 2 tenses in one sentence, but we use either of the tense. What is the first tense? Which tense do we use? Zelena, yes?
Yes, teacher.
Give us the tense that we use.
Zelena.
Let's have another one.
Atamba. Atamba. Atamba Jeremiah.
Okay, as we wait for Atamba, keep listening to me. We shall use present continuous tense. Present continuous tense. What is this present continuous tense? It is the tense that talks about actions that are going on at the moment. Remember, this is like an episode we are watching. Whatever is going on, we see it as it goes on. So we use the present continuous tense. Somewhere we can also use the present perfect tense. Present perfect tense. For actions that are not going on at the moment, but they have just ended. They have just ended, and there is evidence that they have ended. Where you see the action going on at the moment, present continuous. Where you see the action has just ended and there is evidence it has ended, you use present perfect. Can I have someone to amplify the two tenses we use? Babas, which tenses have I talked about?
Present continuous tense and past perfect tense.
No, the second one is not past perfect. Zelena?
Yes, teacher. Teacher, you are calling me.
Oh, this is Mbabazi. Was she the one giving the answer? Mbabazi, what are these two tenses?
Present continuous tense and past perfect tense.
Not past perfect, is present perfect. They must all be present.
Present perfect tense.
Mention the tenses again. One.
Present continuous tense and
two.
Present perfect tense.
Now, Lina, give me one word, one verb in present continuous tense, a verb of your choice.
Kicking.
Kicking, good. Can you change that kicking to present perfect?
Kicked.
That is past tense. Now, present perfect, we shall use auxiliary verbs has or have. Then you add it to that main verb. Has, have. Now, give me one.
Has kicked.
And then use have.
Have kicked.
What about present continuous?
Is kicking.
Very good. I like that. So those two tenses, we use any of them depending on the action we have seen. Someone called Xavier, you're chatting at a time when I'm explaining very important things. That's not good. Xavier, you're chatting with Kimberly. Unfortunately, Kimberly may not see all this. It's coming to us. So stop wasting time chatting. Xavier, someone the name Xavier. We proceed. Now, when we are writing the first sentence, we usually put in two consideration articles. Articles. I know you have heard this before. Articles. What are the two articles that we know of in English?
Teacher, I don't know.
You don't know articles? Sorry, let's have another person. Naikiriwa, make sure you listen and understand them. Muchala.
Yes, teacher.
Tell us the articles that you know in English.
A. Article A.
Yes.
In. On.
No, the first one is okay. The rest are wrong. Listen well. Listen. The articles are two. The articles are two that we have in English. The articles are two. Someone whose microphone is on is giving us an echo. Okay, we continue. The articles are two. We have article A. Article A. When you say a book, that is an article. If you don't say a, you say an egg, an elephant. That is the first article. an. Then the second article is article the one that we use for things that are already known or things that are obvious. The book, I mean a particular book, not any other. When I say a book, I mean any book. Those are articles. So when we are writing down these sentences, we put in mind the articles. If we are talking about objects, items, or people we are mentioning for the first time, we shall take article a or an. A or an. That is for only singular. If you are talking about a group, you don't use article a. You can say pupils. You can say 2 girls, 3 boys. That is for a group. For singular, article a. And that does not apply only to the first sentence. It can be even the third sentence, as long as the object or person you're mentioning is appearing the first time. You use a. Hope you've got that. Then if you mention more about that same item or person, now you bring the other second article, the. A boy is doing this and this and this. Then in sentence 2, the boy, meaning the boy I've talked about already. So be mindful of how we use those articles. Next, as we write down these sentences, I've talked about the articles. As we write down these sentences, we should be mindful of the punctuations. We should be mindful of the punctuations. Sometimes we write sentences and we leave them hanging and then we lose marks. After you have written those sentences, lastly, you read through the comprehension questions, the ones that begin from G, H, I, J, and answer them according to that tense. Because these are comprehension, you're not merely constructing sentences. These ones, you answer them according to that tense. Now we want to begin. Someone to give us sentence for number 1, picture 1.
Karen.
Karen?
Yes, teacher.
Sentence 1.
Kato is welcoming the visitors.
Now, Karen, stay online. Please, all those who are listening to me, when we are constructing sentences, let's avoid using names of people. We don't name the characters. Yes, much as the farm is labeled Kato's farm, but we are not sure that it is Kato welcoming the pupils. That Kato might be a name of the farm. So let's not use the name. I know in one of the questions it is there, question J, Kato's farm, but let's resist, let's avoid, let's not use names of people.
Yes, teacher.
Now let's have the sentence again.
The farm manager is welcoming the visitors.
Okay. Now, did you realize any mistake in your work, in your sentence, Karen? She went off. Karen, there is a mistake. There's something to do with articles. I've shared the sentence, those who are able to see it on the screen. The sentence reads, a farm manager. A farm manager. Why am I talking about a farm manager? It's the first sentence talking about him. We can't risk to use article the. So Karen, take note of that. Our sentence 1 is, a farm manager is welcoming pupils to the farm. The sentence reads, a farm manager is welcoming pupils to the farm. And you see his hands open, welcome. So he is welcoming. Alternatively, we can also have that second sentence. What is that sentence? Can someone read it? Lauren? Nasari?
A teacher is taking pupils on a tour to the farm.
Read properly what you see. Read again.
A teacher is taking pupils on a farm. On a tour to the farm.
Good. So that is another sentence you can give for picture 1. You see our article, a teacher. A teacher is taking pupils on a tour to the farm. We go on a tour. That is why that word is there. It's not a mistake. A teacher is taking pupils on a tour to the farm. So those 2 sentences can serve picture 1. If you have any other, you'll send it later through the chat. But if it's wrong, if it's outside the guidelines I've given, don't send it because it will be wrong. Let's go to next picture 2. Someone? Oh, sorry, your network is poor.
That is showing some
Atumbire, your network is poor. Let's have Comfort.
Comfort, Momo. Okay. Yes, teacher.
Take us through number 2. Give us the
Yes, teacher.
sentence.
Yes, I'm online. The farm manager is showing the pupils the cattle farm.
Good. First of all, I've liked your sentence. It begins with a definite article, the. We begin the, because we have talked about a farm manager. So now in sentence 2, we say the farm manager. And the answer is the farm manager is showing the pupils cattle. You can add on the farm. The sentence reads, the farm manager is showing the pupils cattle on a farm. You can write, those who don't have that answer, you can write it down. The farm manager is showing the pupils cattle on a farm, on the farm, sorry. So you see that we have used the article the, because we talked about the farm manager. And we have said the pupils, because we talked about them previously. Picture 3. Someone?
Nakulima.
Nakulima?
The farm manager is showing
Yes, Topista.
the farm manager is showing the farm manager is showing the pupils an egg.
Thank you. Now you've tried. He's showing them an egg. Remember, the sentences must complete the story. If we are moving from cattle and then to showing an egg, then we are breaking the sequence of the story. But thanks for the try. I have shared the sentence. Someone who has seen it, you read it. Nakulima, read it. Read it.
The farm manager is explaining to the pupils about poultry.
Very good. Is there evidence of poultry in the picture?
Yes, teacher.
What do you see?
Hens.
Good. So there is evidence of poultry. So that is a correct sentence. Those who don't have that answer, you can write it. Or if you have any other answer, but is along the guideline of explaining to pupils, you can say explaining to pupils about hens. You may not necessarily use the word poultry, but if you talked about explaining to the pupils about hens. Let's have the next picture for someone.
Nabasile Maria. Nabasile Maria. Nabukenya Flavia. Flavia Nabukenya.
Let's have Nabaterega Hilda. Hilda?
Yes, teacher.
Speak to us. Picture 4.
The farm manager is feeding. The farm manager is showing the pupils how to feed rabbits.
That's correct. Even your first sentence was okay. Can you give your first sentence?
The farm manager is feeding the rabbits.
Very correct. We give what we see, and that's very right. Thank you, Hilda. So we can say the farm manager is feeding the rabbits. Don't you see the evidence of feeding? Someone is saying, I didn't see that. Yeah, we have to study the pictures properly. So feeding is a correct sentence. The farm manager is feeding rabbits, or the farm manager is showing the pupils how to feed rabbits. The farm manager is showing the pupils how to feed rabbits, or the farm manager is feeding rabbits. Very correct. Picture 5.
The host muted me.
Nakalembe.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, speak to us, Abigail. Picture 5.
I beg your pardon?
Give us the sentence for picture 5. She's offside. Let's have Nakai Anna.
The farm manager is showing the pupils goats.
1. Where are the goats?
In picture 5.
Yes, where are they in that picture 5? What do you see in the background? Where are the goats?
Grazing.
Give your sentence.
The farm manager is showing the pupils goats grazing.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. Is there evidence of showing? Yes. You see the farm manager's hands point here, and we see goats in the picture. So there is evidence of showing. So we can say the farm manager is explaining to the pupils about goats, or the farm manager is showing the pupils goats grazing, like she has said, or the farm manager is showing the pupils goats on the farm. Either any of those sentences can work, as long as you bring out the main idea properly in the correct tense and it matches with what you see. This is what makes picture composition very easy. But some of you are scared of it. I don't know why. It's very easy because you watch movies, you see, you report what you've seen. Not like your VJs who report in a wrong tense. Let's go on picture 6.
Rashida.
Rashida?
Yes.
Go on,
Yes,
picture
teacher.
6.
The farm manager is waving
goodbye to the pupils.
Good. Can you begin with the pupils?
The pupils are waving goodbye to the farm manager.
I like that. Can you include the teacher also?
The teacher and the pupils are waving goodbye to the farm manager.
I like your answer, Kauma. Very good. Thank you very much. It's exactly that. We move to the next question. So in picture 6, you can say the teacher and the pupils are waving goodbye. Waving goodbye is very important. Let's have question G. Who is giving us the answer?
Rania.
Rania.
Rania, please.
Rania has refused to talk to us.
Aile Martha. Aile Martha. Yes, Martha.
Let's have another. Okay, Martha, speak to
Who
us.
Who is welcoming the pupils to the farm in picture 1?
Answer.
The farm manager is welcoming the pupils to the farm in picture 1.
Correct. Let's have the next one.
Makrina.
Kira.
Francis.
Yes, teacher.
Speak to us. Take us through question H.
Makrina, please. Question H. Help us.
We got
What
her
type of farm?
Yes.
Hello. What type of farming is practiced in picture 3?
Answer. Answer.
Poultry farming is practiced in picture. Poultry farming is practiced in picture 3.
Now take us through question I also.
How does the farmer benefit from keeping the animals in picture 2?
Go to the animals in picture 2. What kind of animals are they? How do they help the farmer? Give the answer.
Yes, Makrina.
The farmer gets milk from keeping the animals in picture 2.
Yes, your answer is correct. I don't know why it takes you so long to think about it. Were you attentive from the beginning? Seems we've just come in. Your answer is a very beautiful one. The farmer gets milk. You can say the farmer gets beef. You can say the farmer gets money, because the animals in picture 2 are cows, cattle. Don't you get milk? Can't you get beef? Can't you get money? So you mention any of those. Let's have the last question. Why do you think the pupils learned? What do you think the pupils learned after visiting Kato's farm?
Are you Stacy? Anu, Stacy, Abdiel.
Let's have someone else who is ready. Atamba, you've not spoken to us. Atamba, give us that.
Atamba, please. Atamba.
Okay. Now we can say the farmer, rather the pupils, learned how to keep animals after visiting Kato's farm. The pupils learned how to keep animals after visiting Kato's farm. Indeed, they must have learned, because somewhere they were told about poultry, somewhere about goats, somewhere about feeding rabbits, somewhere about cattle. Indeed, they learned how to keep animals. You can also say, I think the pupils learned how to care for animals after visiting Kato's farm. I beg we move away from this picture. If you have any issue, you raise it through the chats. We shall respond to it. We want to go on. That is now set 11. Hopefully you have your paper for set 11. If you have it, can you put it up? I see it. For those whose videos are on, I can see. Put your paper up for set 11, I see. Okay, can see Anna has it, Nasari has it. Yes, Muchal has it. Now, Teopista, very good, very good, very good, very good. Let's go on to set 11. Set 11, we talk about opposites. We talk about opposites. Opposites are also called antonyms. If you hear someone say antonym, antonym, that is opposite. You've heard of words like synonym. That one, you know, it's synonym. Now there is antonym. There is antonym to mean opposite. Opposites are words that give a contradicting meaning. The word that gives a meaning different, very different from the meaning of the previous word. When I say good, the word that gives the opposite meaning or the meaning that is totally different is bad. So the opposite of good is bad. Now, when we are forming opposites, there are three ways of forming opposites. One, we use what we call affixes. Affix. Affix is the general name. Affixes are letters or groups of letters that we add either at the beginning or at the end of the word to change the meaning. They are called affix. That's the general name. Affix. A-F-F-I-X. Affix. Now, affixes are two types. We have the ones that come at the beginning and the ones that go at the end. If the affix is put at the beginning, it becomes prefix. That's where you have our first part is formation of opposites using prefixes. Pre, the word pre means to come before. Pre means to come before. So if the letter comes at the beginning, it is prefix. If it comes at the end of the word, it is suffix. Prefix, suffix. The general name, affixes. Oh, today we've learned grammar. Affix, general name. Prefix at the beginning. Suffix at the end. Now, someone is going to take us through the first part, the first from the word kind up to the word pleasant.
Unfair.
Begin from kind.
Kind, unkind. Lucky, unlucky. Happy, unhappy. Fair, unfair. Fasten, unfasten. Healthy, unhealthy. Successful, unsuccessful. Tidy, untidy. Comfortable, uncomfortable. Fortunate, unfortunate. Tie, untie. Popular, unpopular. Pleasant, unpleasant.
Which prefix have we used here?
An.
Very good. And that's what we do. We are forming using prefix. We move on. In case you don't know any spelling, please. The spellings are there. Unfasten. That word is fasten. You don't say fasten. You say fasten. Can I see your lips say that word? Yeah, fasten, not fasten, fasten. So the opposite is unfasten. Let's go to the next, someone else.
Napeo, please.
Napeo, take us through that. From legal.
Illegible, logical, illogical, legitimate, illegitimate.
Continue.
By adding the prefix in, correct, incorrect, capable, incapable, sincere, insincere, sane, insane, complete, incomplete.
Wonderful. And the words are there. In the first part, we're only using prefix ill. You don't tamper with the word. You leave the word and only add a prefix at the beginning. Which prefix? I-L. And then the word will have two L's because it has its original L and the second L you're bringing with the prefix. Illegible, illogical, illegitimate. The word illegitimate is quite hard. Take note of that spelling of illegitimate. Illegitimate. Be careful. Then when it comes to sincere, we say insincere. Insincere. And when it comes to sane, and Napio pronounced this very well, I loved it. Sane, not sen, it is sane. Liz, you did it very well. Sane, insane. And then complete, incomplete. That's what we do. Mark the spelling of illegitimate. It's a stubborn word. Next person. Luede, do the same.
Disappear.
Start from appear, advantage.
Go on.
Disadvantage, dislike, disobey, dishonest.
Okay, her network is not so good, but we picked some of the words. Aine?
Using the prefix in.
Oh, she had gone to the next one. Aine, stay online. I'm going to give you that chance. The previous has words like disappear, disadvantage, dislike. Immovable, prefix im, immovable. Disobey, dishonest, and then impenetrable. Now here there are two words to take note of. The word impenetrable. Aine, you're online. Can you spell impenetrable? Did she go offline? Now listen.
Impenetrable.
Say it another time.
Impenetrable.
Now spell it.
I-M-P-E-N-E-T-R-A-B-L-E.
Good. And the other word is honest. We don't say honest, but we say honest. It is a vowel sound. Honest, dishonest. Now, Martha, take us through your page where we are using prefix. Prefix. Martha, go on. Start from useful, careful.
Yes, Martha, you are right.
Useful, useless. Careful, careless. Helpful, helpless. Painful, painless. Hopeful, hopeless. Pitiful, pitiless. Merciful, merciless.
cheerful, cheerless.
Good. Thank you, Martha. Now, all of you, I want you to get your pen and take note of this. Go to that very page where those words with the full are. Take note of this. Write NB. NB. Write somewhere on the side, on the right. Have you written that? Write NB and write these three words. Helpful. I'm going to tell you why you're writing them. Write the word helpful. Then write cheerful. Then write lawful. The word lawful is L-A-W, then you add suffix full. Which three words have you written? Marina, Petra, tell me the three words you have written.
Helpful,
Good.
cheerful, lawful.
Good. Wonderful, I like that. Now, those three words, much as they end in suffix full, it is not very correct grammatically to change their opposites with the word less. So when we have the word helpful, who is a helpful person? One who likes helping. It is true the word helpless is there. It can be the opposite, but if someone is not helpful, then they are unhelpful. So write that opposite, helpful, unhelpful. Cheerful, the opposite may not be cheerless, but the opposite is uncheerful. That is why you see a dash. I didn't put that answer. Cheerful, uncheerful. Then the last word you wrote is lawful. The opposite is unlawful. So those are exceptions, much as they end in suffix full. It is not proper grammatically to change their opposite using less. The meaning will be different. Just look at the word helpful. This girl is helpful, meaning she likes to help. Does it mean one who doesn't like to help is helpless? Helpless means something different, someone without help. So take note of those three words. We go on. I think we're about to wind up. Next person takes us through manage, mistreat, and all that. Who?
Fukunda, please.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, Atkunda, you're slow and you are low. Go up, please.
Manage, mismanage, treat, mistreat, fortune, misfortune, place, misplace, handle, mishandle.
Wonderful. We use prefix, miss. No wasting time there. We go on, next person.
Please have somebody Resty. Resty, please.
Yes, Resty. Resty has refused to talk to us. Ramona, talk to us. Take us through that part.
Rewrite the following sentences giving the opposite of the underlined words.
Good.
The cheerful herdsman has come. The careless herdsman has come.
Correct.
Jane's handwriting is legible.
Legible.
Jane's handwriting is illegible.
Correct.
Dio is very impatient.
Dell, okay.
Dio is very patient.
Correct.
All the polite boys have gone to the stationers. All the impolite boys have gone to the stationers.
Correct.
He bought that dictionary from a very honest stationer. He bought that dictionary from a very honest stationer.
Dishonest. Thank you very much, Ramona. So with number one, we formed the suffix, we use the suffix less. Number two, we use prefix il. Number three, prefix im. We remove the prefix actually number three. Number four, we add the prefix im. Number five, we add the prefix dis. Simple. We move on. Next person, take us up to number 10. Mukisa, I've not heard her voice. There's also Mukisa Prudence. I've not heard their voices, the Mukisas. Where? Number 6.
The work was complete.
Be loud.
The work was complete. The work was incomplete.
Go on.
All the kind shepherdesses are taking their lambs to milking. All the unkind shepherdesses are taking their lambs to milking.
Go on.
Successful candidates have been invited to meet the head teacher. The unsuccessful candidates have been invited to meet the head teacher.
Correct.
They were told to fasten their seatbelts. They were told to unfasten their seatbelts.
Correct.
Most places in Uganda are secure. Most places in Uganda are easy.
Thank you, Were. You've done it well. Number 1, we used prefix in to write incomplete. Right, that's number 6. Number 7, prefix an to write unkind. Number 8, prefix an to write unsuccessful. Number 9, prefix an to write unfasten. 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 Number 10, we used prefix in to write insecure. Our time is running very, very, very fast. Let's do something about contractions. Let's begin from there. Contractions. Someone? Now, can you take us through the first part of the contractions? Give us the contractions. And what are contractions? Begin with that.
Contractions are words with omitted letters replaced by an
apostrophe.
Apostrophe.
Yes.
Examples: full form, contraction. Have.
Begin with did not, may not, might not.
Didn't. Might not.
Yes.
Mayn't.
I only hear the dot beating. I don't hear you speak.
Can you speak louder than that?
What has happened now, Kenya? Rania, continue from there. Sad. Rania?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, go on, Rania. Give us those contractions on that page very fast. Starting with did not, may not, might not. Give us the contractions. What's happening? Network? I think network. But they are there. I've displayed them. Did not, didn't. Make sure you put the apostrophe and don't capitalize anywhere. Apart from if you're using pronoun I. So did not, didn't. may not, mayn't, might not, mightn't. That word I wanted someone to read it. Rania, mightn't. Rania, you're still online. Can you say that word? What about there's this Prodes, Mkisa Prodes?
I have given Atukunda a chance.
Okay, Atukunda.
Banis, please. Atukunda Banis.
Mightn't.
Good, I like that. Continue through the others.
Would not, wouldn't, will not, willn't, should not, shouldn't, have not, haven't, do not, don't, you have, you have, you, shall not, shalln't, ought not, owned, is not,
outing. Say outing.
Outing.
Good, continue.
Is not, isn't, was not, wasn't, are not, aren't, were not, weren't, has not, hasn't, does, must not, mustn't, does not, doesn't, had not, hadn't, you have, you've, I am, I am.
Go up to they are. Let's end at they are.
Banis, continue.
It will, it will, it will, it will. They are, they are.
Okay, you can end there. Thank you very much. Now take note, we shall pick up from contractions. We have ended with the contractions. I want to encourage all the girls who don't have their papers to have them. This is a revision and it helps us to master what we don't know and also to be able to answer correctly. Remember, you've been told we have an exam and a test and an exam ahead. So you have to, don't assume that things are easy with English. We have to do practice and be attentive and follow whatever is going on with the teacher. Thank you for being very good listeners. Elaine and Babazi, I've liked your attention today. I'm very impressed. At least I've seen you've been attentive from the first point. Thank you very much. Karen, I see your headsets. You look more of a DJ. You are very attentive, Karen. And Navaterega Hilda, you've been attentive. Nakulima, you've been attentive. I'm sorry, the others who are attentive, but I don't see them on video. I'm using those I see on video. Thank you for being attentive. We meet on Thursday, rather on Monday. Monday, we shall continue with the contractions. We finish, we go to question tags. We want to finish set 11 and we've come to set 12. Set 12 is very interesting. You're going to like it. We meet on Monday. Bye from us.
Thank you, teacher, for teaching us.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you, teacher, for
Thank
teaching.
you, teacher, for
Thank you,
teaching.
teacher.
Bless you. Have a lovely
Karen.
Thank you, teacher, for your service.
Karen.
Bye.
Hilda.
I'm not learning.
Bye, Nakate.
Daniela, why don't you teaching?
Thank you, teacher.
Give me my birthday.
Bye, Helen.
Communication. Communication. Even left the video off.
Your man is there. Hello. Good afternoon once again. It is just a concern and in form of warning. We are warning those who are fond of sharing links or codes. Those who pay in the names of others, that I will get the codes from Sand, so please stay up. We have already settled out some people. I may not be able to mention them now, but those sharing codes, please stop it before. If your name is listed or is mentioned, you will have to pay for whoever you have shared to. And on Monday, we shall not have any concern of this one, got the links from this. We shall first of all know where did you get it from, and then we deal with you who shared. Please, in your platforms, discourage those people sharing links. I thank you, and I wish you a lovely weekend once again.
Thank you, teacher.
Bye, teacher.
Thank you, teacher. Karen.
Yeah, Karen.
Hi, teacher. Yes, that's the person they called jumper.
Karen.